Hello everybody, happy Tuesday. So Tuesday is usually the day that I hop on and kind of share my thoughts around the energies of the week ahead and what we can expect. So today I'm doing it ever so slightly differently. So I'm recording this at lunchtime on Tuesday, what is it, the 22nd, and Sol, our sun, is just about to tip into Scorpio. There's just that last few minutes, last few hours of being in Libra, and a season where we're always shown what is out of balance in our lives. And then Scorpio season comes along and she gives us the medicine, but she also gives us the poison as the medicine to transmute, to transform, to alchemize everything that we have seen out of balance. So we often think that Libra season is going to be the time where we restore the balance, but sometimes that balance can only be restored when you are prepared to dive deep within the shadow, when you are really truly prepared to dig beneath the surface of all that is. And as I'm tuning into the energies of Scorpio season, there is going to be a lot of shadow work to be done, and that is always the case in Scorpio season, but this time around it feels really potent. It feels that a lot more murk is going to be exposed, and on a personal and collective level we're going to take a lot of time to transmute these, to really alchemize everything that is going on. So you'll see many of us, many light workers at the moment, actually talking about the shadow. And as light workers, as those of us on the ascension pathway, whatever label you want to give yourself, this is the time of year where we actually become shadow workers, where we actively are encouraged to hunt our own shadow, where we're encouraged to stalk our own fears, to capture them, to look them in the eye, and to truly recognize that they are part of us. They are a part of us that needs integrating, a part of us that needs alchemizing, that transforming. And from this poison that we see within ourselves, it actually becomes the greatest medicine, because we drink the poison, we see everything that is going on, and then we alchemize that poison into love, into acceptance, into understanding that we are still in a planet of duality and we are both light and shadow. We cannot escape the fact that we are both light and shadow. There is always going to be an aspect of self that you don't like and an aspect that is your shadow work. And we also have to get away from the view that shadow is something deeply negative. Shadow actually can be the thing that hides our true gifts, our innate abilities, by giving it a cloak of darkness, a cloak of fog around it, so that we cannot access our soul's true potential. And this often comes if we have experienced trauma, particularly in past lives, for being who we are, for speaking our truth, for having innate gifts. So this golden gift that we have got is encapsulated and shrouded in shadow. And every time we go into it, our shadow says, no, you can't access those gifts. It's not safe. But actually there's so much gold behind that. So this is the season, and particularly as we're moving towards solstice this year, of really unwrapping the shadow of, excuse me, I've got such an itchy nose. Obviously means they're going to be cross somewhere. Oh gosh, I hate being cross. We're being really asked to unwrap the shadow. So I want you to see a shadow as either being etheric mists, or you might even just see it as a cloak or a present wrapped up in brown paper that needs to be opened. It needs to be ripped open. And as however painful that may be, however uncomfortable that may feel, actually there could be a golden gift inside, something that you need to access, something that you've hidden away from yourself for so long, so many lifetimes of millennia, because you're afraid to access it. And I can hear the kind of words coming up here. What happens if it's a dark gift? What happens if it's powers that I've misused? Then that's okay. That's okay to access that gift because you're accessing it from a place of love. You're accessing it with the higher intention that you are going to use this for the highest good of all. And then you might want to ask yourselves, well, what do you really regard as dark? Why do you think something is dark? Is that societal conditioning? Is it a program that you have been running? Is it because you have been told that something is wrong? Let's take the example of tarot cards. Some people won't use tarot cards because they think they're wrong, they think they're evil, they think they're dark, they think they foretell death. They're an occult accoutrement that just helps us access our inner knowing. It helps us access messages from the universe. Something is only dark if you place that energy into it. Okay, so I really want you to think about that, and I really want to generate some discussion going in the comments as well about your perceptions of dark and how you can transform them. What happens if you were offered, as part of your golden future, the ability and a gift, say magic, which you might think is dark? So when I'm talking about magic, I'm talking more about ceremonial magic rather than a little bit of affirmation work or a bit of candle magic. What happens if you were gifted in this lifetime? The gift you were given was to be a sorcerer or a sorceress, someone who is able to transform, someone who has great power this time. How would that make you feel? How would you use those gifts differently in this lifetime? What have you learnt from previous lifetimes that you can bring forward? What needs to be alchemized around it so that you can step into your highest gold print timeline? This is a real season for shadow hunting. It's a real time to dig within, to find out what are your perceptions, what is your programming, where do your beliefs, those fixed beliefs and ideals, come from? What depths do you need to dredge within yourself, within your soul, to bring out these golden shadows, these parts of you that have been hidden for so long? What do you need to alchemize to bring forward your very shiny golden self? It's really, really worth thinking about it. We can't put a sticking plaster over some of the shadow work that we are doing at the moment. We have to understand that we are both light and shadow. We are full of light, but there's also parts of ourselves which are requiring us to go into the depths, to excavate and to bring out. We need to accept ourselves as the whole. Every single weird, kinky part of yourself, you need to accept as the whole. And the more that you do that, the more that you begin to love yourself. The more that you love yourself unconditionally, it becomes so much easier to love others unconditionally. Just want to leave you with that thought. Love to hear your comments, and if you are interested in diving deeper into your shadow, then I am running through Scorpio season some really powerful alchemical shadow readings. Okay, so they're not for the faint-hearted. We will really drill down into the nitty-gritty of who you are through your astrological birth chart. So if you are interested and I can sort the tech out, I will put the link either in the text or in the comments. It's going to be a really super powerful and transformative Scorpio season. So I am sending you so much love. I'd love to hear your comments on Scorpio season, and I'm just sat at my altar now, just burning down the last 2 inches of my candles for Libra season to welcome in that light of Scorpio, that dark transformation where we really start to step into our true power. So catch up with you soon. Much love.